What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Las Vegas. Hey, last night I stayed here at Wynn Las Vegas, widely regarded as one of the finest hotels in the world and definitely in Vegas. So is it? Well, I've got some thoughts, and in this video I'm going to show you what it's like to stay here in 2026. All checked in here to Wynn Las Vegas. Well, actually, I've been checked in here for a few hours now, but I had some other projects going on the Strip. I got here at 12:30 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, and they were able to get me into a room right away with no additional charge, which was much appreciated. Wynn Las Vegas has, pretty much since the day it first opened, been considered the gold standard for hotels, not just here in Las Vegas, but pretty much the entire world. I've stayed here twice before, and I would say based on those two experiences, I tend to agree. I mean, look around, this is five-star luxury at its finest. These rooms were last remodeled in 2022, but based on their condition, you would think it was yesterday. And that just goes to show you how Wynn Resorts treats its properties. They are immaculate. I'll give you a room tour of this room later on in the video, of course, but for now I'm getting such a late start on this video, I want to get downstairs and show you what there is to eat, see, and do at Las Vegas's finest resort in 2026. Let's go. All right, you knew I was gonna do it. I'm a hallway snob. And so, at the best resort in Las Vegas, I expect perfection out of the hallways. Are these the nicest hallways in Las Vegas? I don't know, you be the judge. I'm a pretty big fan. As a fan of cool carpets, this one's a little subdued, but I love the desert tones. The lighting is really nice. They even have framed artwork on the walls with, of course, gallery lighting. I mean, check this out. How cool is that? Yeah, this gives you a luxurious impression for sure. I normally start these little resort tours in the main lobby, but I thought this was important. This is the main valet, and this is your first impression of Wynn Las Vegas. It is quite impressive, and no matter how you arrive, whether it's in a Lamborghini, a limousine, or a regular taxi cab, odds are a bellman is going to open the door for you and assist you with your luggage. Just inside the main valet, you're gonna come into one of two atriums here off the casino floor. These things are amazing. I'm sure you've seen these in pictures before because these are some of the most Instagrammable spots in all of Las Vegas. Here is a property map. This is actually Wynn and Encore together. I'm gonna show you as much as I can in this video, but if I miss anything, just know I will be doing an updated full walkthrough of both properties, so look for that on the channel soon. Registration is going to be found right off of the atrium, and it is, like the rest of the hotel, absolutely gorgeous. They do have a few check-in kiosks over here, but for the most part, I think they would prefer you get that in-person check-in. I prefer it myself. At 12:30 today, they had at least 12 people working behind the two front desks, and it went fast, and it was a great experience. It's also rather pretty, and on the other side of main registration, there's something you need to see. Right off the main lobby is a free viewing platform for the Lake of Dreams. What is the Lake of Dreams, you might ask? Well, you're just gonna have to keep watching the video. I'll tell you about it later on. Right next to main registration, you've got these two curved escalators that take you downstairs. Two of their finest restaurants are down there, and I'll get to that later, because also right down there, you see it through that glass, that is Aft Cocktail Deck. I've got a feeling I might just pay a visit to that later on. At the top of those escalators is Overlook Lounge. This used to be called Parasol Up, and the bar behind me was Parasol Down. Now it's the Overlook Lounge. It was remodeled, and again, stunning, just like the rest of the hotel. There are two shopping areas here at the Wynn. This is the Esplanade Shops, and this leads you out to Las Vegas Boulevard. Across the street, one way you're going to find the Palazzo, and then across the boulevard, you're going to find the Fashion Show Mall. I do like to window shop through here, but come on, I'm not ever going to buy anything here. Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, this stuff is it's a little out of my price range. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm thinking about getting this suit. Is this me or is this me? All right, all of this already, and we haven't even seen the casino floor. Let's head there next. The casino here at Wynn is 111,000 square feet, and that does not include Encore. So it's a pretty good sized casino. It's also vibrant. It's almost always busy. It's of course pretty, and you know what? I guess I'll just let the pictures do the talking. Of course, as soon as I say it's vibrant and always busy, I find this empty spot. Trust me, this is a Sunday night and it is plenty busy in here. I just happen to have found a soft spot, if you will. All right, let's talk slots. The machines are pretty tightly packed in here and I absolutely love it. I also love the selection. They've got old school, they've got new school, they've got it all. And because this is not an MGM or a Caesars property, they have some things here that I don't see other places. I love the slot selection here, and guess what? I don't find them to be any tighter than anywhere else just because this is a luxury property. I lose here just the same as I do anywhere. All right, let's talk dining. For a high-end hotel, they obviously have a high-end dining lineup. If you plan to eat here, prepare to open your wallet pretty wide. They really don't have anything here that I would call casual dining, except maybe over by the Sportsbook. I'll show you that later, but let's have a look at what there is to eat here at the Wynn. In the corner of the casino floor, you're going to find Red 8. This is a Chinese restaurant, good place to grab some dim sum. Also, I noticed looking at this menu over here, all the prices end in 8s. It's a lucky number, why not? Tucked away in the corner, you'll find Wing Lei. This is also Chinese, but this is extremely high-end Chinese, whereas Red 8 is a little more approachable. Tucked even further into the corner, you're going to find Delilah. This is a supper club. Think Mayfair Supper Club at Bellagio, only even more exclusive. They don't even allow cameras in here. Literally, you cannot get your phone out and even take a picture. That's how exclusive it is. Just off the main lobby, you're going to find Mizumi. This is one of the highest end Japanese restaurants in Vegas. On the east side of the casino floor, this hallway goes toward the back. Some important stuff back here I'm going to show you. You already see one of them here on the left. Behind me here is the buffet at Wynn, and this is the best buffet in Las Vegas. Don't even come at me with Bacchanal. The food quality here is better, the ambiance is better, the experience is better. I did do a video on the Wynn buffet. It's a couple of years old now. I probably need to update that. It was my first ever buffet video, so it's not very good. I will put a link in the description box down below. Just don't judge me, all right? I was green, very green. The Wynn is a 5-star hotel, which means, yeah, it's pretty expensive. But I saved a whole bunch of money on my booking by using the sponsor of this video, Plannin. If you've watched the channel very long, you've heard us talk about Plannin before, but it is a travel booking website that can save you up to 40% on hotels, not just in Las Vegas, but worldwide. My rate through Plannin was 20% off the hotel's direct website. That's a savings of more than $40. And it's not just for hotel rooms anymore. They also offer experiences like excursions, tours, and more. And now you can even book your next cruise on Plannin. It's totally free to use whenever you sign up for a Plannin account using our link in the description box down below or the QR code on the screen right now. You'll even be helping out Show Me Vegas bring you more travel content like this video right here. So don't wait, sign up for your free Plannin account today and save up to 40% on hotel rooms, a bundle of money on your next cruise, or even a few bucks on your next tour or excursion in Las Vegas. Once again, the link is in the description box down below. Past the buffet, down this hallway, you're going to find a couple of things. Le Cave is right there on the right. That's a restaurant well known for its all-you-can-eat brunch. I think that's on Sundays, but if I'm wrong, I'll put that information on the screen. Also down there, you're headed toward the Wynn Golf Club and the Fairway Villas. Just past Le Cave, you're going to find the Terrace Point Cafe. This is a great place for breakfast or brunch, and it has a terrace that actually overlooks the pool. Right behind me is the Wynn at Home store. Here, you can buy all the furnishings you find in a Wynn suite or guest room, the bedding, the fragrance, all of it, the decor. So if you feel like you want a piece of Wynn at home, come to Wynn at Home. See what I did there? Also down this hallway, you'll find the entrance to the Wynn's pool, which is one of the best on the Strip. Unfortunately, this stay was in January, so I didn't get a chance to visit, although they do keep at least one pool open year-round. I'll put a link in the description box below to a video that has some Wynn pool footage, but be advised, the video is about 3 years old, not the best, almost cringeworthy to me to watch it these days. On the east side of the casino floor, right next to the cashier, you'll find the Resort Tower elevators. This is the main Wynn Tower. They're kind of tucked away, you might miss them. They do have security posted here 24/7, so you do have to scan a room key just to get back there. I like that touch for sure. And that makes you not have to scan your key on the elevator because, let's face it, most places those don't even work. Into the corner of the casino floor, and it's a rat race now. I'm guessing one of the shows just let out, because this is claustrophobic to say the least. All right, I was like a salmon swimming upstream there, so I decided to not go back there. I'll go back there later. All this walking around has me hungry for some dinner. Let's go find something to eat, and then I'll finish up this little resort tour. All right, I came down those curved escalators I told you about earlier. Right over my shoulder, this is Pisces, one of the newest restaurants at the Wynn. This is high-end seafood. Ashton and I did eat here actually a few months ago. I'm gonna be honest, we were a little bit underwhelmed. It was one of the most expensive meals we've had in Las Vegas, and the food was hit or miss. The cocktails were fantastic, and we did order many of our servers' recommendations, so I'm not sure. If you've eaten here at Pisces, let me know what you thought about it. Like I said, we were a little bit underwhelmed. Across the way from Pisces, you're gonna find SW Steakhouse. This is probably the best restaurant they have here at the Wynn. This is a very highly regarded steakhouse. Both of them flank Aft Cocktail Lounge, which is right here, and both of them have great outdoor seating where you can overlook the Lake of Dreams. So I got out here to Aft Cocktail Deck and got seated. This is outdoor for the best viewing of the Lake of Dreams. It is a little bit chilly tonight, and there are no patio heaters here, but listen, I'm from the Midwest. I'll be fine, even in the short sleeves. I did order a cocktail already, and let me show you the cocktail menu. Get my phone up here. As you can see, their signature sips start at about $24, pretty much $24 across the board. And while that is high, this is the nicest hotel in Las Vegas, and even some Caesars properties like Harrah's charge more than that for a cocktail at their lobby bars. I ordered the Cozumel, that's the spicy margarita, and it has already arrived. Here it is. Looks fantastic, comes in a pineapple glass. Looking forward to that. They also have beers out here, and here's a look at the food. The glare is pretty bad there. Chilled oysters, jumbo shrimp cocktail. Looks great. I got the petite lobster rolls because I've had them before, and I also got the filet sliders. May as well show you a little bit more of the menu. They also have a full bar, of course. A pretty good whiskey list starting around $16 for a pour. They also have a pretty good looking wine list. Wine starts at about 17 bucks for a glass. Of course, goes way up from there. And then, I've said this before, but this is the best you're gonna do here. A $12 Atomic Duck IPA, Abel Baker Brewing here in Las Vegas. Last time I was here at Aft Cocktail Deck, I just did 2 of those, and that's a good bang for your buck. All right, can't wait for the show. I'll show you the food when it comes out. Food has arrived, and it is 8:58, so the show's gonna start here in 2 minutes. Let me see if I can show you this food really quickly, and then I'm gonna chow down because I'm starving. It's 9 o'clock. You know how I am. I've eaten pretty much nothing but pizza today. I'm so tired of pizza. The pizza quest is actually over now. The last video is gonna come out after this one, so be sure and watch it, and give it a thumbs up. Help it thrive a little bit. You know, those have been kind of tailing off. Here they are, the mini lobster rolls. just like I remember them. They are mini, but there's actually quite a bit of lobster meat in that. And then the petite filet sliders on pretzel buns with mustard. Those are going to be great. I know what you're thinking. Jordan, you're such a big guy. How's this going to be enough food for you? Well, somehow I managed to stay this large all on my own. I don't know. It might be a few too many of these. And by the way, the spicy margarita is fan-frickin-tastic. It's sweet and spicy at the same time, and that is so fresh, it's ridiculous. I think they pretty well just cut up a pineapple to make this. By the way, this food is fantastic. The lobster roll's good. The filet sliders, next level good. The filet on here is absolutely phenomenal. The mustard and the pretzel bun complement it perfectly. This may be a weird dinner, but this is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna finish this up, and then we'll go finish up that resort tour. All right, let's talk table games. They have a ton of tables here at the Wynn, and a lot of them are open here on a Sunday night. I've never seen so many table games in a casino in all my life. Most of the tables were $50 and up here on this Sunday night. If you're playing blackjack here, even at $50 a hand, 6-5 payouts. And guess what? Tons of people are playing them. If you have enough money that you're willing to play blackjack at $50 a hand at a 6-5 table, you've got too much money. Just give your money to me. I'll spend it better. Craps was 50 bucks. Poker variants were 25 and up. I believe roulette also was $50 and up. At least the roulette wheels were just 00. I didn't see a single one that was a 000. So you got that going for you, which is nice. Long story short, the table game atmosphere here at the Wynn is purely for the rich. All right, this corner is a little less busy now. Now I can show you. This is Allegro. This is an Italian restaurant. They do pizza. They also do Italian food in there. That's open late. I believe tonight on a Sunday night it's open till 1 a.m. So one of your later night, more casual dining options here. Right down this hallway is how you get to Encore. I'll show you that in just a second. I mentioned earlier there wasn't much casual dining, but there is a sports bar. This is Charlie's. It sits right outside the Sportsbook, which I will show you next. The race and Sportsbook here at the Wynn is pretty great. Here it is. I love the red seating. The screens wrap around the room. They also have individual stalls for horse bettors over there, so that's a nice touch. They also have a really nice curved bar that wraps around the backside right over here. I mentioned earlier there were 2 shopping areas here at the Wynn. This is the other one. This is the Plaza Shops. This one's much bigger. This also extends out toward the Strip, and I love this neon art right here. I believe you can also get a price on this if you'd like to buy it. Yep. It says right here, pricing upon request. Put down in the comments what you think this is worth, what you think you would have to offer in order to get this. Right across from Allegro is Cafe Al Teatro. I believe this is open 24/7. This is kind of a deli. They also serve some other food in there. Also coffee and ice cream. Like I said, pretty sure it's open 24 hours a day. I'll correct that later on if I'm wrong. Right back here, I said, is the walkway to the Encore. I won't show you the entire thing, but I am going to make a full walkthrough of this property, both Wynn and Encore, tomorrow morning. That video is going to come out after this one, so be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it when it does come out. On your way to Encore is where you're going to find Awakening. That's the big production show here at the Wynn. It's only a couple of years old, and when it first came out, it was pretty poorly received. They shut it down after just a couple of months, reimagined the whole thing. I think it gets much better reviews now. I've not seen it. I would like to. Tell me down in the comments if you've seen it, and did you like it? I said I wouldn't show the whole walk to the Encore, and I won't, but I will mention down this way, on your way to Encore, you'll find the nightclub here at the property. It's XS Nightclub. It overlooks the pool at Encore, and it's pretty upscale, just like the rest of this hotel. And there you have it. That's most things of interest here at Wynn Las Vegas. I apologize if this video has been low energy, but this is my last night in Vegas, and I am exhausted. I picked a great place to spend my last night because that room is going to be super comfortable. I'm going to go up there, drop off the camera. I may come back downstairs for just a little bit, maybe have a nightcap, gamble a little bit, but either way, I'm done with this video for tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow there will be a room tour, and I'll give you my overall thoughts of this hotel. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning from the Wynn Las Vegas, and yes, I can say good morning because I had a great night's sleep in this bed. This was phenomenal. One of the most comfortable beds I've had in Vegas. I'm not going to put it at the top. The top still belongs to Caesar's Palace. I think number 2 is Fontainebleau for me, but this is probably the 3rd most comfortable bed I've had in Vegas. But I will say, those pillows might just be the best, and the sheets might be the best. That was a great night's sleep. It was so quiet in here, I didn't hear a peep. I'm looking a little red this morning. That's because I got right up and had a scalding hot bath in that bathtub in there, which was great. By the way, you want to talk about water pressure? Check this out. Yeah, an absolute torrent of water. So much so that it filled that tub in like 3 minutes tops. And does that water pressure also extend into the shower? Yeah, it's super strong in there as well. Last morning in Vegas, and the last thing I want to do is leave this room, so I'm not going to leave this room. I decided to treat myself since it's my last day. I ordered room service for breakfast. It should be delivered about 8:30 a.m. And there it is right now. Figure if I'm staying in a 5-star hotel, why not give myself the 5-star treatment? So breakfast in the room with a view, why not? I got the Wynn Tradition breakfast, and I did pre-order this on the tablet last night about 11:45 before I went to bed. You can select a time slot, but get there early because 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. was all already blacked out, so I settled for 8:30, which was actually perfect. The Wynn Tradition breakfast is 3 eggs your way, choice of bacon, sausage, or ham. I went with ham, hash browns, your choice of toasts. I think you could have gotten an English muffin or a biscuit. You also get coffee with it, and your choice of juice. I went with classic OJ. This was $42, but wait, there's more. The service charge is auto added and the tax is added on top of that. So out the door, or should I say in the door, this cost me $65. But you know what? It's worth it to me. That view and the convenience of not having to leave my room until I absolutely have to is absolutely worth it. I'm gonna dig in. By the way, I said I set my delivery for 8:30, and guess what time this was delivered? 8:30 on the dot. I can't even make that up. I had to ditch the robe. Way too hot trying to heat with that on. I run hot. By the way, speaking of hot, the food is perfect temperature. Eggs are fantastic. Ham is fantastic. And this coffee is phenomenal. One of the reasons I got the Wynn Tradition breakfast was it came with a half pot of coffee. If you order a separate entree, you're going to have to add your coffee separately. And that coffee would have been $15 on its own. So the $42 breakfast probably was actually the best deal. Also, I did call downstairs to the front desk and inquired about a late checkout and was granted a 1 p.m. checkout complimentary. The lady could not have been any more nice. 5-star service indeed. All right, breakfast was delicious and convenient, and it's nice to be treated to an experience like that, even if I did pay handsomely for it. Hey, I could sit here and look out this window all day long, but duty calls. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the room tour. This is room 1525 here at the Wynn. It's a standard king room, and I'll say for a standard room, it's plenty spacious. Lots of room to move around in here. There was even plenty of space for my room service cart right here in the middle of the floor without having to move any of the furniture out of the way. Let's talk about the bed for a minute. I mentioned how comfortable it was. It's a leather sleigh style bed, a nice leather headboard. You can sit up against that, watch TV, read, whatever you want to do. It's also triple sheeted with great sheets. Some of the best pillows I've had in Las Vegas. If you can't get a good night's sleep here, it wasn't the bed's fault. I can guarantee you that. Over here by the window, you have 2 nice plush upholstered chairs with an ottoman and a little side table in between. These chairs swivel, so you don't need to move them, but you can if you want to. They're right here next to your floor-to-ceiling windows. You're gonna have great views no matter what side of the building you're on. I got a strip view, so this is a great place to sit, have coffee in the morning, or a cocktail in the evening, and enjoy those Vegas views. All right, speaking of cocktails, over here in the entertainment wall, you do have a mini bar, of course. There is a QR code with the menu right here. I had to look at the prices already, and I'm not gonna lie, they made my eyes water a little bit. Also over here you have a drawer that has 2 wine glasses, 2 rocks glasses, a nice ice bucket and tongs up on top, and of course you have your snacks on top. They're pretty expensive as well, but I do love the way they spell out Wynn. That's a nice little touch. Also over here you have your TV. It looks like it's about a 55-inch. Back when they remodeled these rooms back in 2022, they released renderings and I didn't like them based on the renderings. But the first time I set foot in one of these rooms, I was sold. I love the color palette in here, the warm wood tones, the wallpaper. Not sure about that art piece over there, but at least the colors work nicely. And by the way, speaking of the TV, it looks at first when you come into the room like you can't see this from the bed, but it is on a swivel mount. You can pull it away from the wall, aim it toward the bed, and see it from the bed, no problem whatsoever. Over here opposite the TV, you have a nice table that doubles as your workspace. This thing is huge, would be a great place to get some work done or dine. Nice lamp up top, power outlets readily available. When I first came into the room, there were 2 free bottles of water here on the desktop. And over here in the corner, you have an Amazon Echo, so you can control this room with your voice. You can even say things like, "Alexa, close the shears."
Okay.
The technology in this room does not end with the Amazon Echo, however. If you don't want to give voice commands, come over here by the bedside, pick up your tablet. This thing is awesome, it controls the whole room. Lights, drapes, the thermostat. This is even your remote control for the TV, which I love. You also can order your in-room dining here, which is what I did last night. You can look up your folio. You can even read the newspaper on this thing. This is the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. And if you're truly old school and don't want to use the tablet, you also have push button controls all over the room. This is by the door. You can do all on, all off, a low setting, which is kind of a dim nighttime mode. You also can turn your privacy light on or call for service. Over here by the desk, you have this long credenza. You've got your Wynn magazine on top. There are a couple more drawers for storage over here, and I love this. The decorative box is more than just a decoration. I dump all my stuff in here, my keys, my wallet, my belt even. This is a great place to put all your stuff when you come into the room and keep the room clutter-free. On your way into the bathroom in the foyer, on one side you have this huge mirror. And when I say huge, I mean huge. This thing is like 5 feet wide, 6 feet tall. On the other side of the hall, you have your closet, double doors. There are cubbies in there for storage. Your safe is of course in there. 2 luggage racks, iron and ironing board, extra bedding, everything you're gonna need. All right, let's head into the bathroom. All right, into the bathroom now, and it is gorgeous. 2 individual vanities with a huge tower of shelving in between. Great amenities, we'll get to that in a second. One of those amenities is 2 robes to wear during your stay. I was wearing one of those earlier. And of course, your toilet is tucked away in a separate water closet. And if this is important to you, it's one of those turbo flushers. Over here on this side of the bathroom, you've got a huge art piece above a deep soaking tub. I took a bath in there earlier, and let me tell you, if that bathtub is big enough for me, odds are it's gonna be big enough for you too. Next to the tub, you have a walk-in shower that's pretty nice as well. I love the tile. It's got a bench on one side. I mentioned the water pressure was fantastic. It's not that big of a shower though, and with all due respect to Walk With Me Tim, that's a 1-person shower if I've ever seen it. A high-end hotel needs high-end amenities, and they have them here. They've got this kit over here that's even got shoe polish. You've got your body lotion, cotton swabs, other stuff. You also have soap here by the bathtub. Not your tiny little hotel bar. That's a full-size bar soap. And in the shower, no shampoo and conditioner on the wall. This is a high-end hotel, and it deserves high-end amenities, and it has them. The shampoo, conditioner, and body wash here are phenomenal. I always take the leftovers home with me. I mentioned earlier in the video the condition of these rooms is fantastic, so is the cleanliness, as you would expect. Spotless. Not a crumb on the floor, not a water spot on the sink or the faucet or the glass, not a single fingerprint on the mirrors or even these mirrored nightstands, and I didn't find a single hair in this room. It was probably the cleanest room I've ever had in Las Vegas or elsewhere. So there's your room tour, one of the best standard rooms in Vegas, probably the best standard room in Vegas that's not a suite. Some of the properties like Venetian and Palazzo maybe have a leg up because they're all suite properties, but for a standard king room, I don't think it gets better than this. All right, room tour out of the way, time to give you my overall thoughts and my pros and cons for staying here at the Wynn in 2026. My overall thoughts for Wynn Las Vegas in 2026, this is as close to perfection as you're gonna find in the hotel industry. This place is phenomenal, it's as good as it's ever been. But 5-star luxury comes at a cost, so let's talk about what I paid for this room last night. I mentioned earlier in the video, I booked this room through Planin. Yes, it is a third-party booking site. I told you how you can get signed up for it earlier in the video, but I was able to find this room for about $40 less than the hotel's own website. My all-in cost last night on a Sunday night here in January was $272.60. 6 cents. That is a really good deal, even on a Sunday night here. This hotel can easily go for $1,000 a night on the weekends, especially during busy times. On average, I would say you're gonna pay like $500 for this room. So $272 is a great deal. So if you wanna find great hotel deals, check out Planning like I mentioned earlier. I can't guarantee you it's always gonna be cheaper. You still need to do your homework. But the Wynn is commonly listed on Planning, and it's usually cheaper than the hotel's own website. All right, let's get into my pros and cons for staying at the Wynn in 2026. Here we go. Pro number 1, opulence. This is sheer luxury top to bottom. Everything about this hotel is almost always in perfect condition. It's gorgeous, it's luxurious, it has a great vibe. They do all the little things right here, from the cleanliness of the casino floor to the condition of the rooms. This place is opulent, top to bottom, and I don't use that word very often, but opulence is pro number 1. Pro number 2, I mentioned it in the room tour. This is probably the best standard king room you can get in Las Vegas. And it should be, because you're paying the price for it. But not only is it really nice, it's comfortable and livable. Sometimes luxurious hotels don't feel all that homey. This absolutely does. I could stay in here all day. I wish I could stay more than one night. This place is fantastic. I could just about live in this room. Pro number 3, the service here is phenomenal. At a 5-star hotel, you're gonna find that, but top to bottom, everybody I came in contact with was terrific. From the time I showed up in an Uber outside and the bellman opened the door for me and greeted me, to the time I checked in at the front desk, the service was fantastic. The service at aft cocktail deck, the cocktail service on the casino floor, the security guard checking room keys down at the base of the elevators. Everybody is fantastic. They treat you like $1,000,000, and that's what you should get at a luxury property. I could probably go on with the pros, but you get the idea. All right, let's talk cons. Well, I can't possibly give this place a con. I would say cost, but listen, perfection doesn't come cheap. This is, like I've said a million times throughout this video, one of the finest hotels in the world, and for that, you're gonna pay a high price. Because this place is so expensive, that means it's not for everyone, but that's okay. I did demonstrate how you can get in here for a pretty reasonable price, and if you just check the calendar and come during an off time like this is January, you can stay here. Everybody can stay here at least once, and I would highly recommend it. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel. Look down there, see if you're subscribed. If you're not, just hit that button already. If you're watching this deep into the video, you're clearly interested in Vegas content. Subscribing is totally free, and it helps the channel grow, helps me get these videos out to more people. Also, while you're down there, turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we release new content. Spoiler alert, it's every week on Saturday. I have got to be moving on. I am going home today. Always look forward to go home day because staying in so many hotels is exhausting. But if I could pick any hotel for the last night of my trip, it would always be this one. There will, of course, be more videos to come in the future and on future trips. So I will see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas. See you guys.